What's going on, everybody, YouTube? This is your boy Hidden Angel Lionheart coming to you live once again from server 26 with your boy Sephra here on top of this. So, I know I'm a few days late doing this, and I've just had a lot going on to just a lot of things. And as you guys can see, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into it. But, yeah, on top of this, we're gonna be going over the new version 1.11 patch that was just introduced into the game. And as you guys can see, they did a little bit of changes to the point where it's just like, what the F, pretty much. So first, we're going to go over your city. As you can see, they updated the city to where you can just scroll it up and down. And as you can see, there's no more Forgotten Catacombs or a farm tree to click on. So, on your bottom right corner here, you have the farm. They changed up the farm performance, how you can scroll down and look at people and so forth. So this is pretty much what they're going off with. Yeah, they did a little bit of changes with that. Then you got your gold here, everything else. But we're going to be going over some of this stuff, and I'm going to be giving my input on a good bit of the changes they did. I was able to go over some of the stuff, but I've not I've not got to figure everything out for the most part. Another thing was addressed to me within the Facebook group that I'm in, and that I do help run, as you guys are aware, because the portion of you guys that watch these videos know that I post my videos there and I communicate with you, vice versa, yada yada yada. And there's been a lot going on within the game too, even within my absence, to the point where I'm stressed out and wanting to consider things, but I'm just holding out, as you can kind of see. For the most part, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go into details of things that's been going on. Just unnecessary drama, democracy that shouldn't even be a democracy, and it's just toxicity all around, to the point where it's just like the game's not a game and everybody's pretty much, oh, there's my knight. Yeah, I'm friends with him on here to monitor his stuff. And but yeah, as I'm going off to say, there's just been a whole lot of stuff I'm not agreeing with, that I'm not happy about, and it's just, I'm pretty much just going to start cutting back and not really putting all my eggs in one basket, if you want to put it that way. And they changed up guild battle for the most part. It's not really changed up for the most part, but they did happen to change up some of the battle scenarios and the battle backgrounds of certain things. Even in the Spire and Talk, they even changed up the background of that. Instead of you being in like a gloomy dark cave like it normally has been, they pretty much have you in like a swampy meadow field, like, so to speak. Okay, so this is a pretty much rough example. For those of you that ever watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, what that island looked like at nighttime, that's literally what the background of the game looks like. It's just a rip-off from Scooby-Doo, from that old movie from early 2000s, but at least I think that was early 2000s. I could be wrong. It might have been an early 90s movie, but other than that, yeah, that's what those all look like. Mystery Shop has been updated to the point where we can get refinement stones, honor scrolls, and stamina potions. Here, I'll just do the exchange thing. And they added something different for the sylphs called a potential crystal, and it's used to upgrade the potential of a sylph, and I don't understand completely what that is yet. I'm yet to learn for myself. And yes, I spent a good bit of my points on things that are necessary, on gold, not really better with skeleton keys. Sylph skill scrolls, because that saved me a few bucks of bound balance and balance, vice versa. Then there's Mara, and they added the steer. I think those have been in here. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm buying stuff for my level 60 gear. So for the most part, I've been... Actually, wait, no, I can't do that till I'm 60. Frick! Okay, I white light. Sorry, guys. But, yeah. That's all that for right now. They switched up the mystery shop. And another thing involving the sylphs, they changed up the layout of the upgraded enchant selection. So, how we used to put in so much, we can now put in as much as we want. And for the enchant with the sylphs, they even changed the strength stats bars of all of them. So now it's like shortened down. It's not as detailed as it was in the older version. I don't like this version. I don't really care for that update with this for the most part, where you could just slide through everything and check everything as it is. And for the equipment, not really much has changed for that. And they did something different with the skills. They did what I thought they were going to do. Since everybody has 6 skills, you get to have 6 skills, and sylphs get to have their own skill tree. Secondary skill tree. But here's something very different. All the skills we have bought, 2, 4, 6. I have 7 skills. As you can see, they're opened and equipped. Whatever skills you buy from now on, you get to permanently keep. So, say, okay, I'm going to be wasting a few bucks here with this. We go to learn Light Ray. We spend the 15 to learn Ray. We get to keep Ray. So at this point, you can make a sylph attack based, or if you wanted to go on a real tanky side to where he could be in Heavenly Body, Helios Blessing, Holy Vow, and only like a few, a couple attacks that actually do things. Like go for Delphic, Shining Strike, you just keep pegging them with a Shining Strike, or a Beam Sword, vice versa. You just have all heals, plus a heal attack, your Delphic, and probably Shining Strikes. You're just pegging them to death pretty much with just one singular skill. So you can either go off of this, and all the passives, how you can only use 3 at a time, we now get to have all passives accessed to us to where we don't really need... Hey, patience. You don't really... Okay, where am I going with this? Oh, you don't really have to be focusing on one particular skill build and constantly investing to where you have to switch out skills and buying them and buying them and buying them. No, and they actually were smart about this, and this is actually a nice little mechanic they did add into this. I will give them props to this. But the 6th skill slot, I don't think was really necessary. Now, buying the skills and keeping them, yeah, that's fine and dandy. That's actually really not bad. I'm not going to complain when I say that. So then, same thing with Eve. I don't really know how you'd want to do that unless you just want to buff the crap out of her and then give her a lot of stuff to where she can do, and then you're just dealing really heavy hits. So you have all the passives available for her, all the passives available with Amazon Queen, and yeah, I think Amazon Queen's my 3rd sylph choice now for when we do stuff for Sylph Arena, because I'm not really considered Hades, Iris, or Pan, as much as I'd like to use Pan, especially with the 6th slot, is loads of options and builds you can create with this. Even with Iris, like, there's a heal right here. Lots of heals, lots of buffs, lots of recovery. Decreased damage to make yourself more buff. Another shield, 1 attack, and more heals. So you get basically 2 sets of shields and armor, 3 heals, and a buff. You can make a solid buff build with her, or you can just have her where she's got attacks, only like a couple of heals. So, yeah, this is actually really good setup, and for Hades, I really don't know. Same thing with Amazon Queen. You can buff her up immensely and then just start slamming in on people with all the skills you can go with and so forth. And as you guys can see where the Delphic ends, I just sorted the skills out to where you know what are the attack skills and then what are the buff skills you could put on. So that's what I went with, and you don't really need buffs with Eve, but do what you want if you guys want to experiment with that, of course. And then you have the Delphic right here. Apollo only has 4 attacks, 2 heals, and Heavenly Body's basically a buff and a heal restoring for 3 turns, which is actually not bad. Then the refine is still the same. Everything else you still need the same amount of stuff for. Convert, I still don't know what this does. Formation. For Sylph Arena, they switched it up to where instead of doing it in the arena, you could switch them up permanently this way as well. So this is actually a nice setup because Apollo is our tank for the most part, and Eve and Amazon Queen being weaker, they're in the background, of course. But again, as I say, with the 6th skill slot, you have that open range of opportunities to where if you wanted to have multiple AoE skills, your Sylphs in the background really aren't going to make much of a difference anymore. And then this is the new thing they added. It's called Potential, and you can get stuff that's called an artifact for your Sylphs now. I have no idea what this is, but I guess with these potential crystals, there's one for magic attack, physical defense, magic defense, and then you have this main one right here. Actually, yeah, let's activate. Oh, okay, so it pretty much buffs the stats further to where, okay, each potential crystal can increase potential by 5 randomly assigned to different attributes. Potential crystals of different attribute will prioritize the corresponding potential. So I guess it's pretty much an add-on to self-enchant. Instead of relying strictly on the sepulchrum, you get to use crystals to boost the stats you want increased. So since you're using Apollo, you'd want magic attack, physical defense, and magic defense potential crystals. But if you get a potential crystal itself, it boosts everything up. You can either do that, or you can focus solidly on one. Now, where we get these potential skills... Okay, so the potential attributes of the active Sylph will stack with the character's attributes. Oh, that's pretty much what we just figured out. The higher the potential values, the higher the corresponding potential attributes. The main attack potential attribute of the Sylph will be added to the character's main attack. Oh! Oh! Okay, I did not expect that. Not only does it add on to yourself, but it adds on to you personally. So that's a game changer right there, and that's a game breaker. Like, come on here, come on. You guys know where I'm going with this. Like, this is some crazy stuff right here. So not only are you adding on to yourself, but the stats transfer over to your main class as well. So if you're playing Knight, and if you've made Amazon Queen or Eve or Apollo, vice versa, you would have a ridiculous amount of stuff to where it's just giving you all kinds of battle ratings. So this update, they pretty much added another mechanic to where you can get more free BR depending on the circumstances and so forth. But where we get the potential crystals, I have no idea. But there's another thing I wanted to show you guys. With the Sylph campaign, for those of you that haven't gotten to 50, or you're just camping like 20s, 30s, or 40s, probably 30s, 40s, I'm assuming, give or take. You go to Azrael for the Sylph Arena. You don't have that thing in that corner anymore. So let's go with this fella. You actually get to pick the skills you want to use. So this is a nice little mechanic they added for sure into the game. So literally you are pretty much in control of the Sylph skills instead of them doing them whenever. Which, this is actually not bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really crazy for sure. Jupiter's Wrath, of course, because, well, it's Jupiter's Wrath. And it normally was always a good skill. And you can even apply your runes to your specific Sylph as well, which is absolutely crazy. So it's like you're actually fighting, and you are in control with your runes and everything else. You get to pick the skills you want to use against the opponents. It's wild. Like, they did a whole bunch of changes for sure. And of course, where you rank, they've not really did a whole bunch of changes with this. And in the shop even, When you go to packs, they added the platinum pack, so it's like $5. So if you want to spend $10 a day, they're giving you access to the realm drills, which has been a little more of a task. You've always had to pay for them, but you can get them in the mystery shops too. Even you get the medallion, so you're getting like 1,000 extra honor a day just by using that. 4 bounty scrolls and 600 VIP and 10 realm drills. So you do the full $10 a day every day. So you're spending like 10, 14, 16, oh wait, no, 10, about 14, 15, 15 or 16 bucks before, after taxes with the game, of course, every time you buy something in the game, it taxes you by like so much. You're spending about $16 a day every day just for this if you guys do invest in the packs, which I've actually cut back on it because I've just not been really able to afford it right now. And with the way the coal mines are going right now, we've all been laid off bad as contractors, to the point I'm even switching jobs. And once I hear when the closing date is, like, I've even talked to my boss about this. Like, I'm not going to be here much longer. And plus with me, my girl, and our buddy coming to be with us, it's going to be very easy to keep up with everything. So I'm actually kind of happy about that, honestly. And they didn't really add any new clothing that I... Oh, and that's another thing I got to show you guys. I don't think they added anything different with the crypt. Arena, not really. Now, for guild, they put the Vulcan stoves and hammers into the game now, too. So, as for when holy forging is going to be a thing, I have absolutely no idea. So, that's a whole nother ball game, for sure. So, I have no idea when that's even going to be put into the game, so to speak, because I've not even seen anything for a level 70 dungeon. And they did add realm drills to be purchasable along with Mount Essence in your guild shop. So you're spending about 25,000 contribution. 15 times. Yeah, it's about 15. Actually, wait, no. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, you're spending about 15,000 guild contribution to get 10 drills a week, and then another 25 if you guys are investing into the mount essences to increase your mounts stats and whatnot that I showed you guys from the other day to purchase from the arena and whatnot. So there's that. Why am I yawning? And then for balance, there's not much of a change in here, to be completely honest with you. Nothing really changed in the shop except for the guild shop and the arena. Actually, no. No, nothing really changed with the arena. It was just the guild shop altogether. And the advanced guild shop, they actually added in the runes. I think that's been a thing for the most part. I think. Don't quote me on this. And I did spend a good portion of my stuff to get my 60s materials, I think. I could be wrong here. Oh, you can actually get the potential crystals in your guild shop also. I did not see that until just now. So that's actually a nice little bonus. You can get your Mara, you can get your Sepulchrum. So they pretty much made it very simple and easy, but you have to be doing guild battles in order to get this, which is actually a nice little boost. And then you're okay, so you're basically getting like 30 realm drills a week, a crap ton of Mara, crap ton of Sepulchrum, and you can get medallions, which the weekly limit is 1, which I don't understand that. Yeah, but this was the other thing they added to the game as well, which is actually not bad. Now, as for the other things, as I stated, they did even change up some of the stuff with the multiplayer dungeons. And also for this week's event, they added something back from the old PC. That's to where once you start investing into it, you can actually get drops for mount cards. You can get mount essence, Holy Grail, and the main item you're wanting to get is the ice cream cones. So, and random receive one of these following items, and you also get the chance of getting one of the special items in the top right here, which is actually not too bad. Your devotion is what they got you doing for the week. Tower of Kings, do it once a day to get your magic powder, which gives you the ice cream cone for the most part. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what you need to get your ice cream cones. And then multiplayer arena, soul engraving, 5,000. We don't have that because we're cheap. And then they actually did stuff to where if you upgrade your self equipment so high, you have so many of them at a certain level, you pretty much get these extra freebies as well. And of course, I've not done that. Your daily recharge is you're getting a holy book, which gives you the magic powder, the realm drill, and extreme stamina potions. And here's your magic powder for the week. You're getting an advanced mount card, intermediate mount card pack, self-packed exchange, to where you're actually able to get your Oh, and that's another thing I need to show you guys also. I just remembered. Your self-equipment selection chest, to where you can actually get your self-specific gear that's got the attribute-based equipment. So, yeah, this is the other thing that they did different to the game, which is actually really nice. And then you get the double S, which is basically your epic equipment. So they got all of this for that stuff as well, which is actually not bad. So you can either invest to where you can get these yourself or the refinement stones, but everybody's gunning for the double S equipment still, unfortunately. So there's a lot of money going to be put into this event. And the main mount that they have is like 450 ice cream cones. It's the Assure Phoenix. I'm not going to lie, the mount actually does look pretty dope. So there's that. And then they added something called the Self Essence Exchange, to where if you have any essence of fire, water, wind, or electro, you basically invest it into a self-pure essence, which can be found in the Self Atoll. Collect enough to exchange for self-equipment items in Cloud City or the Self Atoll. And then your Mithril Facial Exchange, which I don't... Actually, wait. Oh, yeah, because of the Mithril clothing, you can either get the Golden Wish tickets, or you can just get one of the Mithril clothing, which wouldn't make much sense to do either way. So, here's the other thing they added into the game, too, which they actually are really cool about it. And this is just my personal opinion. So, you know how you have the self-exchange with Alice? So, they did a thing where you can get your self-equipment. Oh. Your self-equipment chest. You can get an S-self. Okay. And more potential crystals. More Mara. More Sepulchrum. And you can also do it to exchange for any of the sylphs, which is actually really cool, really nice. And the sylph scrolls, so all you have to do is just constantly fight them. But they've still not added to where you can auto-fight sylphs. I don't like that, because that's how it used to be. So everybody would be like, do their own thing. It's like they're forcing you to play the game to get everything instead of having it be auto-based like how it used to be. That's something they do need to add into the game, is the auto. So now, here's another thing they did too, that I ended up finding out. They did put into where you can have 3 runes, but if you paid attention in the Sylph Arena, you would have seen that. So they basically broke your character to where you can have a 3rd rune, which makes things more dangerous for you in fights, because you have no idea what they're going to be plotting, because you have the chaos. I have the Chaos rune, Guardian, and the Brutality. I'm probably going to switch out for the Healing rune at some point, because Brutality's just there for the damage buff. But given the circumstances of how everything is right now, I'm probably going to switch it out for either Mire rune or the Healing rune, because Guardian is there because it's a buff to where you take less damage, so that's your personal resist from taking a lot more damage. And then Chaos rune, well, I don't even need to explain that. For all of you that suffered as a mage for Mage Against Mages, you understand. All mages understand the Chaos rune. Like, that I don't even need to explain this. And then okay, so nothing really changed with the crystals and whatnot, so that's the same. I still can't upgrade my daggone holy seal until I'm 60, so I'm kind of mad about that. But it is what it is. And the new warrior bounty, oh, I forgot to do that, is basically, and I really don't care for this either, honestly, because you can do the level purchase, and of course it's going to be a stupid crazy amount, and I'm honestly not going to invest into it. I mean, you get a lot of stuff, plus a holy grail at the end and whatnot. So, and here's all the things you can get. Like, you can get the artifact chest, artifact chest, artifact chest. So, you get those, you get 20 realm drills, the sepulchrum, and everything else, but due to my situation right now, I'm not going to be able to complete this event like how I was able to with the mithril, and I just bought the rest of it. I am not able to do that right now. So, again, your once profound bad arse mage heavy casher no longer exists right now until things get settled on my end and whatnot. Ooh, I got a wish ticket. That is cool. So there's that. And for the mounts, they actually changed this up too, if I'm not mistaken. They switched it up to where you can do this, to where you can go either like that, because how it used to be, you had to just type it in with your fingers instead of you could just do this now, which is actually not bad. Now, as for mounts, they didn't... I don't think they added anything new as far as I know, but we'll take a look. Because honestly, I've not even gone to look to see if they switched anything up or not. So, to be perfectly honest with you, I am not seeing anything as far as I can see. So, for the most part, there. Yeah, they really didn't add anything new as far as I can see. So, that's the other thing that's new, and they also added dragon tattoos. So once you get to 60, that's another mechanic they added in from PC. And what dragon tattoos do, for those of you that aren't familiar with this mechanic, you're basically putting tattoos on your character, and each specific tattoo attribute affects your stats in a different way, or different ways. So, in which case, say you wanted magic attack, you have a tattoo strictly for magic attack. If you wanted health, you have a tattoo for health. And if I remember correctly, they did have some attributes that have dual stats to where you can get attack with defense, or attack with health, or health with defense, or defense with crit, or crit with block, vice versa. So that's a whole nother new mechanic they just decided to drop into the game. I did not know that's what they were adding, so this was kind of like a last minute shocker even for me. So I'm not going to lie when I say this. They're pretty much putting it into the game where you can break your stats further, break your tune, and just rob you of your wallet every chance they get. But as for me, I'm probably not going to be investing a whole lot, honestly, into this game, because I already have like 50, 60 bucks worth of balance up there. I might do a little recharge just so I can get the mount, because a $50 recharge is 5,000 balance, so it's just like, sure, why not? It's 50 bucks, so I'm not really complaining all that much. So there's that, and the other thing I wanted to address, oh yeah, Astrals. I don't think they added in the, yeah, it's all legendary Astrals for right now. They updated the Astrals, I think. Shoot. There was something with the Astrals they did different. I don't remember what it was, so I guess we'll click out of that until, or if I do remember, give or take. I've melts, sylphs, stats-wise, nothing real different. Blacksmith was another thing. As you guys can see, they have enchant, they have socket, synthesize, refine, and convert. This was something that was addressed to me by one of the people within the group, Wartune 7 Ultra group that I'm in charge of, because none of the other admins really are doing anything as far as I'm aware, unless something's happening that I don't know about. So they took out one of the key roles, which was equipment recyclement. So I'm seeing I'm seeing gems, ascend, upgrade, and just regular equipment. I'm not seeing anything to where you can recycle your gear or anything, because all you have right here is the gear, refinement, and everything else. I think they took it out, so now they're literally going to be forcing us to grind. Yeah, I'm only like 600 some BR away from 100,000. So if I end up getting that mount, I will be 100,000 BR solid, true BR with no physical attack or strength boost from guild. That'll be true BR, no fake BR added on. So at some point, I'm probably going to do that later this evening, honestly, with all of you guys, because again, it is what it is. And hopefully by the end of this month, me and my fiance will have our home. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll have less of stress on my shoulders for sure. The only thing I'm stressing about is the closing date, closing cost, everything else, getting moved, everything moved in one day if possible, and yeah, so forth. And once everything's settled in, I will be able to cash harder, so that way I can keep up with everybody for the most part, as much as I resent wanting to cash like a mofo. In all honesty with you guys, I really don't like cashing. If they added more events into this, that's more freebies, even for the free-to-play players, the FTP players, frickin' just make it more substantial to where we can actually keep up, and people aren't at each other's throats just pretty much flexing their wallet for the most part. I wish there was more games that did that, but unfortunately Wartune 7 Road Games, unfortunately, is that one specific what's the word I'm looking for? That one specific gaming company that robs you of your wallet so you can get stronger. So they have more money in their pockets to add more mechanics and features into the game, which I can see both sides to that, but not everybody wants to be spending an arm and a leg just so they can get tougher. Like, it's asinine, but that's just my opinion altogether. And, for the most part, yeah. Sylph update, not so much of a difference with the mounts. Blacksmith, that is an error for sure, and recycling needs to be addressed and so forth, because if they're actually going to force you to grind to where you have to purchase the refinement crystals or get them as drops in dungeons, like, that's kind of a lowball move they did to everybody. Like, that don't affect just me, that affects everybody. And I'm not one really for the refinement until later on, because I'm really not that concerned. But that's just me altogether. So, other than that, oh, and that's the other thing I want to show you guys, was the clothing. They changed it up now, because now, remember how it used to be you had to slide it from the right? You can now actually scroll up and down to see all the clothing and stuff that's available to where you can get and acquire and so forth. And also, as you guys can see, I've actually been identifying some of the stuff here. And once I get more gold, I'm probably just going to max out the weapon so I have that extra BR. It's fake BR, but that attack strength actually goes into my physical defense, so I can't really complain on that note. That was another nice little update they added too. So instead of just scrolling left and right, you can actually scroll up and down. It's a lot more easier that way too. And I know there's going to be some other stuff they're going to be putting into the game, but until further notice, I think that's pretty much it for right now, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Was it bad? Was it good? Was there more you were expecting to see? Is there more you want to see me do? What else do you guys want to see me do for you guys to help you out and whatnot? So until then, till the next video, you guys take it easy. Be safe. This is Purifier Sephiroth from server 26, maybe, signing out. And until the next video, y'all take it easy. be safe. And by the way, if you guys notice, I'm VIP 10. Here's a funny story. I come in one day, I thought my fiance recharged my account. I come back in because I'm still so many points away from VIP 10, which you guys saw my VIP was 9. As soon as the update happened, I just so happened to notice like a day or two later, I got the VIP 10. So, I have no idea what happened. So, if there was like a server glitch to where the game company screwed up and they accidentally increased everybody's VIP by 1 section. So I was able to get the saucer mount, my extra bound balance, and my daily balance, of course, with the gold, shadow crystals, and whatnot. I'm like contemplating buying that soul crystal pack because I need more stats, but I don't really want to invest an extra 25, 30 bucks just for the soul crystals, which is kind of redonkulous if you ask me. So I only have like 7 more stages of VIP left until I'm maxed out with that, but that's going to take a long freaking time till I get that done. But anyway, this is your boy, Purifier Sufferer, Server 26, signing out. Till the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, and till the next video, later days.